Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Anthony. I am back, and so I kind of want to discuss some of the things that occurred to give you guys kind of an update of what happened and where I'm at now with the recovery from being in the hospital. So, a lot of you know, some of you might not know, but a lot of you know that I had to go to the hospital. Um, so kind of, and then I had minor surgery. And then I was released from the hospital. So I kind of want to go over everything and just kind of give you guys an update of what happened, how it occurred, when did it occur, what was my thought process, a couple things I learned along the way, and some good lessons I learned. Hopefully, it can help some of you. And honestly, at the end of the day, I'm just glad and blessed to be here. So um, we'll go ahead and get started. So um, this isn't going to be a Funko Pop video. Um, I do have one to show you at the very end that came as a surprise when I got home. I was really happy to see it, so I want to share that with you too. But so today's Friday, the 11th. So January 11th. So today's 1/11 19. So the 1/11, ironically, is very significant to me. Um, so today, for me, is a very blessed day. So going back to Sunday. So this past Sunday, which was, let me look at the calendar here. That way you guys know what happened. So on Sunday, the 6th of January, I was on Lindsay B's live stream. I wasn't on. I mean, I was watching from my, from this seat, and I was packing some boxes that I had to ship out to some of the winners from the prior Thursday night spotlight that I did. So I was watching her channel, her live stream. I was packing boxes, and I started getting a pain on my left chest, right here. I started getting a pain. On a 1 through 10, and I don't like using the scale, and I've had to use it all week long. And I'll explain why later, or maybe I'll explain why now, I don't know. But on a 1 through 10, I'd give it a 4. Now, understand one thing. I don't like using the scale. I have to use it in order to kind of get the point across, I guess, for you guys to realize what happened and how fast it happened. But I also want to make something clear that a pain that's a 4 for me might be a 6 for you, or it might be a 2 for you. You might have a higher pain tolerance than I do. I might have a higher pain tolerance than somebody else does. So it's hard to say. When I say a 4, your 4 is different from my 4, okay? So just take that with a grain of salt. So on my pain level, it was a 4. And just so you know, I do have a very high pain tolerance. I will say that. And the reason why, which is, for me, it's very easy to explain, is through meditation. I've learned how to block out pain, slow down my breathing, and not focus on the pain. And I've really, I'm not a master at it, but I definitely know how to do it. So for me, when I have the onset of pain, it's just a reaction where I can just take a few deep breaths, put myself in a very quick meditation, and I can lower the pain level. That being said, watching Lindsay B, my girl, and I started getting, when I say my girl, I mean, part of the YouTube family, and I started getting this pain in my chest. Was about a 4. So as her live went on towards the end, it was already at like a 5.5. So the pain was increasing, and it started here in the chest, right here. Then after her live ended, I jumped on a couple other lives, and then I ended up on Trek Lady C's live, where she was doing a giveaway, and I happened to be in the last, I think the last 4 or 5 remaining or something, that she put into a jar, like I think it was a Spock cookie jar, if I'm not mistaken. I have little memories because a lot of the time during that live, I was not sitting down in this chair. I was actually on the floor, gasping for air and holding myself, because at that point, from the time Lindsay B's ended and from the time Trek Lady C's live ended, and I was, participating and joining lives and being a part of the community and kind of, showing my support, I went from a 4 to a 9 within a small period of time, just a few hours. And so after Trek Lady C's live went off the air, or I actually left before because I was in a tremendous amount of pain. I waited to the end and somebody won. She had to give away and somebody else won, which was completely fine. Congrats, by the way. I don't remember who won, but congrats to the winner. I'm at a 9 now, and I'm in extreme amount of pain. For me, a 9 is very high. So I can't breathe, and so the pain starts here. It radiates down my left side all the way down to my waist on my lower back, and I start having the pain coming down my arm. Not necessarily pain down my arm, just like a numbing sensation. So based on what I've read and just kind of knowing some things, that's usually a sign of a heart attack. So of course, at that moment, as my pain was getting worse, I felt like I was probably having a heart attack. So by the time I got off the live stream with Trek Lady, Trek Lady C, I decided to, I had to make a decision. Do I call 911? Do I get my family involved? Do I wake up at this time my wife and daughter are sleeping? They have no idea I'm in severe pain. They have no idea that I'm in like excruciating pain. And I had to make a decision. What do? Do I call? Do I wake them up? Do I burden them with my problem? Do I call 911? Do I drive myself to the emergency room? What do I do? So I'm laying on the ground, and I'm contemplating all the things that could go wrong, all the possibilities. And something, no matter what I thought about, I just kept thinking, Anthony, you are secure, and I am. You are secure. I was like talking to myself mentally. You are secure in your spirituality. You know that everything happens for a reason. You know there is no such thing as a coincidence. We are all connected. We are all one. And you know what happens in the afterlife, which is a beautiful thing. So, you know that and I'm telling myself this, I'm kind of like talking to myself. You know, if you pass away, and I thought I was going to pass away, to be honest with you, that it was meant to be and it's your time to go. So I was okay with that because I'm firm in my beliefs and I'm firm in my spirituality. I was okay with dying. Not afraid of death, and I'm not afraid to die, and I'm okay if it was my time to go. Everyone dies. We're all going to die. If it was my time, it was my time. So I had to make a decision. Do I get my family involved or not? And so I made the decision to go ahead and meditate myself, take away the pain, meditate myself to sleep, which is not too hard for me to do. So I was able to do that. I went to the couch. I decided that two things were going to happen. Either I was going to pass away in my sleep from a heart attack, or I was going to wake up the next day, and if I did, I'm driving my ass to the emergency room. And I could have went Sunday night. I could have woke up my family. I could have got them involved. This is my thought process. Let's say that I was having a heart attack. And at the time, I don't know what I was having. But let's say I was having a heart attack. And if I pass away in my sleep, and my family finds me in the morning on the couch, dead, of course they're going to mourn. Of course they're going to be sad. They're going to be, terrified. All these things, right? All the emotions that you would imagine. That is right here, okay, on my level of concerns. That's definitely a concern. But what happens if I wake up my family Sunday night? Let's say I don't go to sleep. And I did. I went to sleep and I woke up the next morning and I went and I drove myself to the emergency room. That's what happened. But let's say I decided that I wanted to wake up my family. I wanted to go ahead and go to the hospital. What I'm doing at that moment is I'm scaring my daughter, I'm scaring my wife. Now they're terrified. Now they're stressed out like you cannot even imagine, because their her husband and dad could die, probably gonna die. All the things that are going through their mind. They're stressing the what out. I go to the emergency room with them. They do some surgery on me. I don't make it. I end up passing away, and now they have to not only mourn my death, but they have to do it in such a dramatic way of being a part of the whole process of going to the emergency room, crying, being nervous while I'm in surgery, me passing away, and them having to deal with all the extra stuff. And for me, going to sleep and passing away in my sleep, if that was what's going to happen. And again, I leap because I'm very firm, and I'm very, I have a very strong grounding in my spirituality, that I know that if it's my time to go, it's my time to go. And a surgeon is not going to change that. Surgery is not going to change that. Nothing's going to change that. If it's your time to go, it's your time. You're not going to cheat death. You will not cheat it. So I said, okay, well, if I'm meant to die, then I'll die in my sleep. That's the best way, because if I put my family through all this drama, this stress, this anxiety, and I end up dying from surgery, it's just extra stuff that they don't need. So maybe it's selfish, I don't know. Maybe I was doing the right thing, I don't know. To this day, I don't regret what I did. I don't have mixed emotions of what I did. It's just what happened. It's just how it ended up happening. So I woke up. I still didn't tell my wife and my daughter that I was, having an extreme amount of pain. I didn't want them to stress. So I went to the emergency room. They checked me out. They ended up putting me in the surgery. Once, right before they put me in the surgery, and they told me what was happening, that I had a collapsed lung. My entire left lung collapsed. They did an EKG on me. They did muscle tests on me. They finally figured out that it was a collapsed lung. My left lung completely collapsed. And so they had to stick a tube in me on this side, and I'm heavily bandaged right here. And they stuck a tube in me, about that long, into my lung, and they inflated it with oxygen. And I've been in the hospital, breathing oxygen in through. They're pumping oxygen into my lung to keep it up. And they did a few tests where they stopped the oxygen to make sure I can breathe on my own, which was fine. They left the tube in me just in case they had to re-add the oxygen if my lung collapsed again. Then everything was fine. I think they waited like 12 hours. They pulled out the tube, and I could still breathe on my own, just like I am right now. So they bandaged me up and sent me home to recover. So I'm on light duty at home, recovering from a collapsed lung. So going back to how did this happen, why did this happen, the answer is nobody knows. I'm not a smoker, I'm not a drinker, and these are the questions they ask me. I don't do drugs. I've never done a drug in my life, never done any drugs in my life. I have not even experimented, like never done anything. Never been a smoker, never, drinking, sure, I have a beer once a year, 2 times a year, that's about it. I really don't drink that much. More like socializing drinking, if anything, but hardly have any alcohol. Definitely don't smoke. So I'm pretty healthy. I'm a real healthy male. So they ask me if I'm a swimmer. Are you an athlete? Are you an astronaut? Things that would, because if you are you a deep diver? Do you do diving? Is it a hobby of diving? All these things put pressure on your lungs, going into space, going into the water. These are things, do you have a family history of lung disease, which we don't. All these things, and I don't fit into any of their things, any of their categories. So they just said, we don't know what happened. They call it, and I'm just using their terminology and their statistics. I'm not making this up. I'm just telling you what they told me. So if they're wrong, I don't know. I haven't looked it up. To be honest with you, and I don't mean this in a mean way, I don't even care. I'm just happy to be alive. But they said I fall into a 0.1%, so 99.9% of people that have collapsed lungs, they can identify the reason. I fall into the 0.1% where they can't identify what happened, based on asking me questions, based on family history, based on so many different things that they look at. They can't figure out what happened. At the end of the day, it happened. So I dealt with it. I'm back. I'm recovering, and I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to be alive. I'm blessed to be alive, and I can't say enough to all the doctors and nurses at the hospital that really took care of me, did a phenomenal job, and it was an interesting experience. Um, there was a time when I'm in the so my family arrives to the emergency room. My wife and my daughter arrive to the emergency room the same exact time, like they're walking in the front door the same time that I'm going into the surgery room. And I know this because the last phone call I get right before I have to hand my phone over is from my wife, and I'm like, I'm in surgery. Like I will see you after surgery. Um, and you know, and so I told her what room number I was in, and go wait into that room number, and I'll see you soon. So right before I handed the phone off to the doctor, and they, because you're having surgery, you can't have a phone there. I was like, hey, can one of you guys can I go live on YouTube and you guys film like where you're cutting me open and sticking in the tube? Can I live stream that as a joke? And I guess I have a weird sense of humor, and they looked at me very strangely, thinking, is this guy crazy or what? Um, like, you could be dying right now. You could die, and here you want to go live? Like, what's wrong with you? Kind of, like, that's the energy that they gave off. Was like, dude, are you on drugs? Of course I'm not. But I thought it would be funny for them to go live and be like, hey, everybody, I'm about to have surgery. I don't know. I was just the worst. I mean, this is one of the worst things that has ever happened to me, of course, medically, or could happen to anybody, is having a life-threatening thing happen to you, and you have to go to the hospital and have some type of surgery done, and have some procedure done to save your life. So during one of those times in my life, which was this week, of course, me being me, just me being a goofball, I had to say something funny and something silly to kind of break the tension, I guess, and everyone was so serious about, okay, let's do this and you're about to have surgery. It's a very serious thing. So the doctors and nurses, of course, everybody's in serious, like, focus mode. And so I kind of wanted to break some of that tension up a little bit. It wasn't mean tension, it was just focus tension. I wanted to kind of break it up with some laughter, but nobody was laughing, except me. I thought it was completely funny, but they didn't find it funny, so just wanted to share that with you. I also found out that I have larger lungs than the normal person does. My lungs are actually a lot longer. When I say a lot longer, I don't remember, they gave me the measurement, but I was on pain medicine, in and out of consciousness from the surgery, so I don't remember the size, but they said my lungs were longer than the typical person. So I have very large lungs. Hey, that doesn't run in my family, so I don't know what that's about, but I found that out as well. I have larger lungs than your typical human or typical person does. So, but that was kind of cool too. But everything worked out. Thank you to you guys for your support. Thank you to you guys. It really meant a lot to me that you guys reached out, and all of your beautiful comments and your prayers and your support has really helped get me through everything. My family's support has helped me get through everything. The doctors and nurses helped me get through everything. So thank you to everybody, really, because I'm just happy to be alive. And my mom's a little upset at me. My wife's a little upset at me because I didn't get them involved. I should have went to the emergency room, according to them, Sunday night. It is what it is. Like I said, I'm firm in my belief in my spirituality that, in my opinion, I made the right decision. Whether you agree with it or not, and you're more than welcome to comment if you agree with my decision or not. But at the end of the day, it's it's what I thought was best, and I put in all the different scenarios in my mind, and it's the thing that I thought about the most, and it was like, I don't want to put any stress or burden on my family, any unnecessary stress or burden. I drove myself the very next day. Right when I woke up, I said, great, I'm awake, I didn't die, so let me go to the emergency room, let me go to the doctor, let me go to the hospital, let me get this checked out. So, I mean, when I woke up, within 15 minutes, I was already out the door, ready to go, already driving myself to the hospital. So I didn't hesitate as soon as the morning hit. Um, and everything worked out. So I'm happy about that. I'm definitely blessed, thankful, and thanks again to all of you guys who sent me your love and support. Cool stuff is when I got home from the hospital, I had a bunch of boxes from Box Lunch and Hot Topic and all this stuff that I had ordered. Um, so I'm going to be doing a video on what I bought this week or what I got this week while in the hospital. Meaning I wasn't out shopping, but all this stuff arrived while I was in the hospital. So I'll be doing a video on that probably tomorrow to let you guys, kind of show you guys what I got in. A lot of Captain Marvel stuff, a lot of cool stuff that came in, and some other things that are really cool as well. So something I do want to share with you guys. So when I came home, I had a package from Jason, he goes by C4, C space 4 on YouTube, and he sent me, I already took it out of the other package, he sent me a pretty awesome pop, and when I opened it up, my daughter and I were just like in awe of the awesomeness of the pop and the awesomeness of Jason, who's C4, for doing this. I didn't win anything. He just and he mailed this out to me this week, and when I got home, I got to open it up and look at it, and it's absolutely amazing. So I want to share it with you, and I want to say thank you to Jason so much. This is, whenever I get something from one of you guys, it means so much to me. And he didn't just get me a regular pop. He didn't just get me like a, wait till you see this thing. And there is a awesome backstory to this that he doesn't even know about, because this has nothing to do with him, but about the pop and about the. Anyways, I'll just show you the pop. So I'm beyond thankful, Jason, for you doing this for me. This pop is absolutely amazing. I've been wanting one of the versions of this pop. Didn't matter which version it was, any version. And to be honest with you, it's actually my favorite version of the pop. And I would not have picked, if I had all 3 versions of this pop to pick from, and they were like, pick any one. You can have anything you want. This is the one I would pick. And it's not even the most expensive, which is fine, but it's the one I would pick. And I'm not just saying that. I'm being sincere. It's the one I would pick. So, my uncle, the backstory is my uncle is a huge Bigfoot fanatic. He has studied Bigfoots his whole life. He's drawn pictures of Bigfoots. He's supposedly seen a Bigfoot. So my uncle's a big Bigfoot believer. So to get the abominable snowman, which is the frozen version of Bigfoot, is pretty awesome, right? But then he sent me the Diamond collection. So I get the Diamond Disney World exclusive from the theme park. The theme park exclusive glitter abominable snowman. And my boss actually had a story of one of his, I don't know if it was his brother or his friend, somebody had seen a Bigfoot, and he asked me about it, and we kind of started talking about Bigfoot and stuff like that. So Bigfoot has been spoken about in my family for a very long time. Now this is the abominable snowman, but again, this is the cold winter version of Bigfoot. It's pretty much the same thing as Bigfoot, except this one lives in the colder weather, right? So whether the creature is real or not, that's not the point. The point is that this has a special meaning to me because my uncle is a huge fan of not just the Bigfoot, abominable snowman, and everything, and it's something that has been in our family that we've always talked about for years and years and years since I was a kid. I was born in Maryland, and there's a lot of Bigfoot sightings in Virginia and Maryland, and so yeah, I've heard a lot of stories, and I've you know, I've heard my uncle's stories and seen his awesome drawings of them and stuff. So, anyways, this pop is amazing. Jason, thank you so much. You did not have to do this, but that you did it is awesome. You, I swear to you, if I had all four to pick from, and you have the regular version, you have the flocked version, and you have the diamond collection. The diamond collection is the one I would choose easily. And so he put it in a soft case for me. I'm going to put this bad boy in a hard case, in a hard stack, and I'm going to have it right behind me. So one of these is going to disappear, probably this chase right here, and I'm going to put the Abominable Snowman Diamond Collection Disney Park exclusive. Thank you so much, C4 Jason. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the love and the support. This means a lot to me, man. This is freaking awesome, dude. This is so awesome. I don't have a Bigfoot or an Abominable Snowman pop, and it's one of those pops I thought I would never have, to be honest with you. So to have one in my hands is absolutely amazing. If anyone out there has an extra Abominable Snowman or Bigfoot pop that you're looking to trade or sell or get rid of, please contact me, let me know. Best way is on Instagram. I'm looking to buy or trade or whatever, as long as the box is in great condition, of course, because I'm a collector, but I'm definitely wanting to collect more of the Bigfoot ones. So any of Abominable Snowman, Bigfoot, any of these, I'm looking at getting some more for sure. So thanks for watching, guys. It's a long video, but I wanted to give you guys a thorough and long and kind of, I trimmed down a lot of it, but I wanted to give you an update on what happened and just let you know that I'm back, and I'm doing okay. I'm in pain, but that's fine. I'm just happy to be alive, and I'm blessed, and I'm going to take each day one day at a time and go through the recovery process, and hope that the hole that's still in the side of my chest, right through my rib cage into my lung, just hope that hole doesn't get an infection. That's the only worry thing right now that I'm worried about. So just got to keep the bandages clean and take care of myself. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So thanks, guys, for watching. As always, please be kind to one another. Treat one another one. I always say that. Treat one another with respect. We are all one, and I love you guys. Thank you so much for your love and support. You guys have really helped me get through one of the most traumatic times of my life. And I appreciate that. I really do. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to me. And in the hospital, I was able to read able to read everyone's comments and just beautiful messages and prayers that you guys were sending my way, and the love was felt. So thank you so much. Jason, you're awesome. Thank you so much for that. This is a friggin' amazing pop. Thank you, man. I appreciate the love and support, and I will see you guys on the next video where I'll be showing you all the cool stuff I picked up. Well, that was delivered to my home, and then some other stuff that I got as well that I think you guys will enjoy. So take care, guys. I'll see you soon. Have a great night. I love you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.